Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, we got a little situation here, and actually it's not here, it's in Serbia. And the Serbian government appointed a certain kind of guy in charge of the Serbian intelligence department, which is not very good, and I'm going to tell you the reasons why. But first, let me read you the title here. This article comes from Associated Press, and it is from December 1st, 2022, and this is the title. Serbia names pro-Russian politician new spy chief. Now, this is the guy. I know what he's trying to jump in the water like that or something. He's goofy because they want to make him look goofy. Because if there would be a person that he would like, he would be like, okay, all this kind of, yeah, he's a tough guy like Zelensky. Alright, so let's move on. So he's goofy looking because that's what they want us to perceive him as goofy. Serbia's government on Thursday named a staunchly pro-Russian politician as the Balkan state's new spy chief, Alexander Vulin, who served as Serbia's interior minister, he didn't jump too far, is in the previous government and held a defense ministry portfolio prior to that, is taking over as the director of BIA, Serbia's intelligence agency, the government said in a statement. Let me give you this, my friends, and the Albanians in Kosovo are my friends as well. If this guy gets to have total power over Serbia, not good news. Do you think Vucic has balls? This guy has more than balls. I don't know how to say it here to be politically correct, which I don't care really, but I'm telling you, I read some statements coming from Mr. Vulin, is that what his name? Vulin, and he has big fucking balls that if he released those and they go over Europe, flat the Europe out. So, as Serbia's interior minister, Vulin visited Moscow in August, a rare visit by a European state official that underscored Belgrade's refusal to join Western sanctions against Russia over its war in Ukraine. Hey, my boy, I know Mr. Peter Zjarto visited Moscow, remember? The foreign minister, the fantastic foreign minister of Hungary. Don't forget that. Associated Press. Weasels. Weasels. He then told Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov that, and I'm quoting, Serbia is the only state in Europe that didn't introduce sanctions and was not part of the anti-Russian hysteria. Which is true. And Hungary, I think the same. Serbia, which formally seeks European Union membership, not for long, has for years been drifting away from its EU path and towards traditional Slavic ally Russia, as well as China. Vulin is considered Moscow's man within the Serbian leadership. His appointment to such a sensitive intelligence post is seen as another snub to the West, and it calls for Serbia to align its foreign policy with the EU if it really wants to join the bloc. No, why? So you can bully it around, tell them what to do, accept all kind of perversities in the Serbian culture? No, thank you. You keep it in your freaking Hamburg harbor with your little red lanterns. Keep it over there, okay? We like a clean society. All right. So it says here that the appointment will completely stop BIA's cooperation with Western security agencies and will contribute to the additional international isolation of Serbia. Opposition PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, is Messi playing? Party said in a statement. You know what? The thing with isolation, I explained it many times. It's like I go in a room with another, let's say, two buddies, and they're like 20 people over there. I say, you know what? I don't talk to you. We don't talk to you. We don't talk to you. We don't talk to you. So we, the three of us, do not talk with the 20. And the 20 talk among themselves. And I said, God, we isolated the motherfuckers. But we are 3, they're 20. So who isolated who? We are isolated ourselves from those guys. So that's with, it's a big world out there, United States. It's not only us, Germany, Great Britain, and other weasel states. Let's say 24, 40, maximum. It's 193, baby doll. So, you know, it's unbelievable. But this is isolating, more isolating. These guys think that they're the center of the universe. If they don't talk to you, that means you're lonely. That's it. Jesus Christ. Anyway, it pointed out that Vulin openly advocates pro-Putin positions and assessed that the appointment designates Serbia as Russia's only ally in Europe. It's not about necessary allies. You know, it's people who or in a country that have, it's called independent foreign policy. You know, PSG. You know what I mean? PSG, Eindhoven, or Paris Saint-Germain. Which one you want to be? That's what it is. It means you don't depend on Brussels to allow you or not to do this or to do that. That's what it is. And you don't like that because you have a slave mentality. And you don't know what it is. Just look and read some Friedrich Nietzsche's slave mentality or morality versus master morality. If you know what I mean. Read that. Very interesting. If you don't want to read it, just listen to it on YouTube. I don't know, a few minutes, and you get what's going on over there. So anyway, Vulin has said that Serbia should abandon its EU membership goal and instead turn to Moscow, often blasting Serbia's neighboring states, their leaders, and calling them derogatory names. He had been barred from entering EU member Croatia. I don't like that, Croatia. I like you, but I don't like this one. But you know best. Whatever is beneficial to your country, that's what matters. If you don't want this guy there, you don't want him over there. But you're going to get a shuffling madness, Biden. Vulin has been advocated to the creation of the Serbian world, a copy of the Russian world that would unite all Serbs in the Balkans under one flag led by Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić. Well, maybe they have a certain kind of culture, and I know Croatia has it too. Alright, so the fact that you sell your soul, not Croatia, but some countries, to Brussels' perversity, that's your choice, that's the politician's choice, not the population, who's under the control of these weasels. Last year, Vulin has reportedly created a working group with Nikolai Patrushev, the powerful secretary of the Kremlin Security Council, to fight color revolutions. Yes, why should you get involved in my internal affairs? You don't like when we do it, or anybody else does it, but you like to be in everybody else's business. How is that nice? Oh, it's not about being nice. That's why they do this. A series of mass protests that sometimes led to toppling of autocratic regimes, mostly in the Middle East and Asia. Yeah, I wonder who was behind those. Just a spontaneous, how's that? Spontaneous color revolution, protest. Tell me about it. I know all of that. All about it. Serbian independent media. Independent, that means they were going to criticize this Vulin. You want to see? I didn't read this. I did not read the article. So let's see. Serbian independent media had reported that at their meeting in Moscow late last year, Vulin handed to Patrushev wiretaps from Belgrade meeting held by members of the Russian opposition. Oh, see, bad dude. But this is because the independent media. The state media is just not as BBC. No. Not a PPS. No. Or what is the other one in the United States that is public radio broadcast, you know, and all that. PBS and others. Oh, no. Those are honest and direct. But these guys, and BBC, by the way, is independent. Look who owns it, okay? Thank you very much, BBC. Belgrade meeting, yeah, okay. We got that one. Shortly after the Belgrade meeting, some who attended were arrested in Russia. Vulin has denied that he handed over the tapes to Patrushev. Well, maybe he did, and maybe those were criminals, and maybe those were traitors. How about that? Independent media. Well, I don't know. Let me give you a little story, okay? Not a story, a real story, and a joke. All right, a real story. When you take over, and you're a certain kind of government, and you take over, you want to control, the country, and you're not going to assign, or you're not going to, let's say you're going to appoint different repressive departments in different regions. You're going to change the police officers over there, the police chief, the guys in charge of hitting people in the head if they go in the street, and you don't want to appoint those people from the communities. because they will not listen to your orders when you're going to issue the orders. You want to appoint people over there in charge of these repressive departments from other regions that are not getting along with that region. So let's say we have Hungarians and Romanians. In Romania, there's Hungarians localities and Romanians. In Romanian localities, you want to appoint Hungarians as a chief of police. And in Hungarian localities or cities or whatever, you're going to appoint Romanians. Right? Why? Because you're going to make sure that the person I'm going to call when the Hungarians are going to do something that I don't like, and I will call the chief of police over there, which is a guy who doesn't like those guys, okay? He's going to do what I tell him to do with no problem, no hesitation. And vice versa, when I'm going to call the Hungarian to put down a little protest organized by Romanians, I'm pretty sure he's going to do it with no remorses. So that's what you do. It's a general rule. And they used to do it in Romania after the communists invaded, the Soviet Union communists invaded Romania with the help of an agreement of the free world, that we liked it so much. They appointed chief of this, chief of that, director of this and all that, a certain kind of groups that did not like really Romanians, if I might say that way. Why? Because they didn't care to appoint Romanians necessarily, because the Romanians might say, well, I don't want to shoot in my own people. But if you put another person from a different ethnicity that doesn't like Romanians because certain historical events, he wouldn't have any problems giving the order or doing the order, like the commissars in Soviet Union. Look how many were Russians. The same way, they had no problems following orders, knocking at Russians' doors or Ukrainian doors, getting guys out of the town, boom, and done. Some of them were thugs, Russians, yes, but most of them were something else. Check that out. Now let me tell you about this Vulin. They put Vulin over there to scare the motherfuckers. That's why they put him over there. Yeah, he is certainly the Russians' man, or maybe he just hates the West so much for being in 1999 and since then on that he's a done deal over there. He's gonna be doing whatever. He's gonna like a pit bull. You just unleash him and say, "Go, fetch." He's gonna rip you off. He's gonna rip your clothes off. He's gonna kill you. This is what this guy is. So these guys put these guys appointed over there to tell those guys, we're gonna you up as a bad dude. Okay, now let me tell you the story, the little joke. It's a joke. It's about Vulin. Okay, Vulin, have you seen him? That guy over there, or whatever he was doing in that picture, that's the guy. A funny looking guy, but you know, what the hell is going with this little weasel, people might say. So in this case, there was a bunch of wolves, and the wolves were going to attack a pack of how do you call it, sheep. There were sheep, but the sheep have dogs. And then, you know, you usually have a human being over there in charge of the sheep with the dogs that will defend against the wolves. So then the wolves come and boom, 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 and attack. When they get over there, they see a little weasel, like this one here, and weasel dog. And it's like Gigi, let's say Gigi, small little fucker, and everybody, oh my God, let's go, Gigi's here, man, let's go. And they all turn around and leave. And while they were running away, the wolves, because they saw Gigi, a little dog like this, funny looking and all that, the guys were like, oh my God, Gigi, let's go, he's gonna catch us. And one of these young wolves who never met Gigi asks, you know, the older wolves, what the fuck is going on here, man? Did you see that little weasel over there? He should suck my dick. And everybody says, oh my God, that's the problem. You know how cold his mouth is? So that was Gigi. Gigi had a cold mouth. So if he would sucking your thing, you wouldn't like it. Anyway, so this is the joke. This guy looks funny, but he's doing something that a lot of people don't like it. He got a cold mouth, if you know what I mean. So when he puts it in his mouth, you oh my God. Anyway, so congratulations. They got the, how do you call that, scarecrow, whatever. Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Gigi. Cold mouth.